Welcome to the channel. I'm Uncle Mark. I'm going to be taking out the heater controls, show you how to unplug them, put it all back together. In this video, this is on a 2011, I believe, Grand Caravan. I think this will fit up to the 2020, something like that, from about 11 to, I think this one's actually a 14, 11 to 2020. First thing you're going to want to do is we've got to get the radio out. I'll show you why. So there's this is going to have to come off on the heater controls. I'm going to do this one first. That's what we did. So you just have to pry it with something gentle and small. It would be good to use, there's special door panel / dash tools that are plastic that could get in here. It might be a little easier to do, or at least a little safer. But if you're gentle with a small screwdriver, maybe even a little, your fingernail, possibly, but little screwdriver, just be gentle, both, so you don't crack this because it's plastic, and you don't want to damage your dash either. Now, this is already a high mileage van, but you'll see it's just got a bunch of little fingers holding it in. Of course, I'm trying to hold the camera in my teeth as I record this, so that's why it's a little bit jumpy around, but one by one, you'll see this, I don't know how many fingers holding this in, 10, let's say. There you go, a whole bunch of them. Just don't want to break them. Now the radio really has to come out before this comes out. So radio's also got a little thing here, molding, and it just pops out as well. You're just gentle with it. Again, two hands will be a lot easier, but just go around slowly. This only fits in one way. You'll see there's a top to it. When we put it back in, we'll show you how to do that as well. Got two clips on the sides, there's two clips on the top, and 2 or 3 in the bottom. Now, here's why the radio has to come out. First of all, there's 2 screws here. They're Phillips. One there, one there, one there. Actually, there is a small socket that could work on that too, but I don't recall what size socket is, so we want to undo those. This is a super screwdriver. See, this is what the screw looks like. It's an old snap-on screwdriver, got like, wow, I bet you it's like almost 50 years ago. Oh, radio removal link up in the top right-hand corner, because I'm not going to unplug this radio. I'm just going to sit it on top of the dash. But if you thought this might help you with the radio itself, you can go with that link. Skippable chapters included here. I don't know how YouTube shows it on the device you're looking at, but you can skip to the next part or whatever exact part, because they are titled. Back to our screws here again. Nice if the tip of your screwdriver is magnetic, and still is. These are pretty old already, but still seems to be working. A lot easier to pull them out, otherwise they end up falling somewhere. Now, if you don't mind, can you do me a favor? Give me the thumbs up for the video, because you can see it's going to be quality, and it'll let other people know too. This is worth watching. I am going to show step by step as we are so far here. This radio actually had the hard drive, really nice radio. Factory, just flip it up and let it sit on top of the dash. That way you don't have to do any more work. Now here's why we took the radio out. These 2 screws hidden behind the radio. Again, Phillips, pull them out. They're all the same kind of screws, which makes it kind of nice. Hopefully you don't lose any. Fairly popular type of screw. Get them both out. I'm just dropping them into my cup holder. Safe enough place for it. If you want more videos on the Grand Caravan, top right-hand corner, I've got a playlist, a whole bunch of different videos on these vans. We've got a whole bunch of these vans in the family, so a lot of them with really high mileage already, like 250,000 miles or more. Because of that, that's why you see so many videos on these vans. Well, because we've got lots of them in the family. There's 4 of them anyway. Now, you don't want to pull the top out yet. Now that it's loose, you're going to pull the bottom out first and drop it down a little bit just so those tabs don't break. And then it's there and it's ready to go. Now these have little tabs you squeeze. You can squeeze with your thumb. It looks harder than it is because I'm trying to do it with one-handed. I've got a camera, I've got some lighting. I'm trying to balance all these. So I usually use a little screwdriver. I'm going to squeeze with my thumb on one of those little connector clips, the release. And I'm just gently pry with the baby screwdriver, just gently, just to get it moving, but make sure you have the clip or the tab there, the lock, pushed in far enough. You can't mix the gray one and the blue one up because they are different types of connectors. You can't put them in backwards either because they only go in one way. And there we go. Now there's one more at the bottom of this thing, and the tab or lock is on the bottom. So you can just turn it around a little bit gently. Again, sorry about the camera moving around. Just want to have it held in with my teeth or something as I'm doing this. If you like, you can subscribe to the channel too. Lots of videos on this van and other vehicles too. Sometimes the repairs are very similar, even though they're different vehicles, at least to give you an idea how it works. Can't hurt. And of course, if a video comes out you don't like, you don't have to watch it, you know. But it wouldn't hurt to subscribe. And there we go, now it's out. And you can do whatever you need to do with that. Hopefully you've figured out what your issue is. And you can possibly replace it. Now let's back up the whole process here again. I had some trouble with the camera, so I'll be honest with you. These are just kind of reversed. But they just click back in. Make sure they go snap. You hear the little click. Then you know it's in there tight. Put these in as well. The blue one, you know how it works. Push it down, make it go click. Same with the gray one. There we go. And that should be in there well. Now, the top goes in first. Those little tangs or fingers go up in there. Then you get the screws on. Then we're going to get our screws. The 2 Phillips. They go in the top. Easy enough. The rest of this, of course, is held in with clips, holding the whole thing in. Get that one in as well. Now that we have that done, try and put the radio back in, and it's just reverse the process. It should just slide in if you haven't unhooked anything. Might have to jiggle it in just a little bit just because it's got like little tabs I think it sits into. And of course you have those 4 screws that we took out, and that's where they go. So just quickly put them back in, whatever order you want, snug them up. And then that is complete. Now, what should we do next? Let's do the faceplate for the radio. Top longer pieces go at the very top of the radio. This only fits in one way as well. Easy enough to do, just don't jam anything. Just slide it in there, give her a little push. It should all click in. Now we have the chrome that goes around our radio control, or heater controls. Again, only goes in one way. I think it's a little wider on the top than it is on the bottom. Just snap it in as you go around, just gently. It should just pop in. I have to just realign it a little bit. Let it click in. And we're done. Thanks for watching and spending about 8 minutes with me. Hopefully this was helpful to you. And look forward to seeing you again sometime. Take care.